Well, hello. Good evening, everyone. I am coming to you, well, I don't even know what the day is, on a Thursday night with a special announcement. And you can see what it says below, hands off our election. So that should give you some idea. I asked that if you are a citizen of Mullins, if you can like and share this video, as I won't be long. I'm going to read a statement of a press advisory, and then I'm going to give you some information about what's going on. And you know, I've been nice. I've been nice for a lot of things that have been happening to me. Just because I choose to serve the people, and I serve the people of Mullins with pride, and I will continue to serve the people of Mullins with pride. I will fight on. It's just going to another level now. And I'm still going to be nice because I am a nice person. However, I will full transparency. And I have not been transparent, but I would say I've been guarded. So the days of me being guarded are now over. They're now over. I do have some reinforcements that are coming, and but my biggest reinforcement, City of Mullins, is you. So I will be using this platform and some other platforms to keep you posted, to let you know exactly what's going on as it relates to our election. So let me just tell y'all a little bit about me, in case you didn't know. When I retired from corporate America to serve the community, I ran for office because I saw a need. I saw a need in Marion County that had to be met. It wasn't about politics. It wasn't about money, because there's no money in this business, y'all. It was about the people. So I saw an issue. There was flooding. There was flooding in our communities that needed to be addressed. And I had a burning in my belly that I had to get somewhere where I could make a difference for the people who live in my neighborhood. That's why I ran for office. But what I found out was that politics is an ugly business. Very ugly, y'all. We see it now. A lot of us see it because we watch what happens in DC. But I didn't know it, right? I thought it was about helping people, serving people, making personal sacrifices so I can help people. That's what I thought it was about. But what I found out about is about a lot of gamesmanship, fraud, cheating. And I'm not accusing anybody of those things other than those that I've already accused in the past. And I've testified at hearings to the election fraud that happens in Marion County. So I'm on record. It's not nothing new. I'm on record. So, but we've been dealing with this, right? So now I'm gonna park that because I just wanted, before I make these statements, let me go to my notes. Before I make these statements, I wanted you all to know what my background was as it relates to the election fraud and why it means so much, right? And I'm gonna wrap up with that. I'm gonna wrap up with that. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and read this statement, and then I have some things I'm gonna talk about, and then we're gonna call it a night. Let me go ahead and bring up my statement here. Tomorrow, I will hold a press conference to address an effort to move the City of Mullins municipal elections from November of even numbered years to April of odd numbered years. The City of Mullins has conducted our elections in November of even numbered years for at least 28 years. The proposed change is reportedly being spearheaded and supported by high-level elected officials and other government representatives. Mullins is a community of approximately 4,000 residents with a population that is approximately 77% African American, and more than 25% of our citizens live below the poverty line. Despite economic hardship, Mullins remains resilient, a community that's proud and has a historic legacy. Once the leading tobacco market in South Carolina, The citizens of Mullins deserve leadership and governance that honors both our legacy and our constitutional rights. During the press conference, documented communications will be presented that highlight serious concerns regarding election integrity, transparency, and adherence to lawful procedure. These communications reflect what appears to be a coordinated effort that could disenfranchise citizens of Mullins and undermine the principles of free and fair elections. Members of the media and public are encouraged to attend. So that was my statement. And that statement has also been issued to the media. And the date of that is tomorrow. The press conference will be held tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Let me go ahead and put that up at Mount Carmel Baptist Church, Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church, 424 West James Street. And I will be presenting more information in more detail. I'm not going to do it on live today. I'm going to wait till the press conference. I will be presenting more information in detail tomorrow at the press conference. That's Friday, 4 p.m. at Mount Carmel Baptist Church. The media has been invited. I've invited some special guests also to speak. And the citizens, I encourage you to please attend. Please attend. This attack of what's going on with our voting rights is what you see on TV is happening here. And we all need to take a stand. And I'm telling you right now, your mayor, she taking a stand. If she ain't never took a stand before, she's taking a stand now. So I read the press advisory that went out to the press. So what's going on, right? What's going on, Miko? What are you talking about? You're coming on here talking about elections. We're not voting, right? Not right now. Well, we kind of are. This is an election year. And in the city of Mullins, there are 3 seats that are up for election. Okay. So let me talk about the issue at hand. And I'm going to give more details tomorrow at the press conference. So the issue at hand is that the city of Mullins has been holding our elections in November, going back to 1998, every year, November. Well, in 2004, there was a city ordinance that was passed that changed changed the elections from November to April, but nobody ever did anything. And there's got to be a reason for that. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. All I know is that from 1998 to 2004 to 2020, I was elected in 2024. It's always been November. So change. Let me be clear on something. Let me be clear that, Miko, what's the issue? This is what the issue is. Changing an election from November of even numbered years to April of odd numbered years is huge. It's huge for our community. And there has to be very specific reasons why you make those changes, right? It shouldn't be political. What we do in the city of Mullen should be for the benefit of the citizens, right? So I have some notes here. But that process is a known process that is used to disenfranchise voters. It's called moving to off-cycle elections. Doing this significantly impacts voter turnout and the democratic makeup of the electorate. Research, and you can Google it yourself, research is clear that when you have off-cycle elections, it will disenfranchise minority groups, the number of voters that come out. Specifically in our city, we are 77% African American. And so folks ask me, I do this test with people. I say, okay, Mullins is 77% African American. What do you think Atlanta is? So I put it out there. You guys, if you're listening or you're watching on replay, I thank you so much for watching on replay. But ask yourself, Mullins is 77%. So what do we think Atlanta is? Atlanta is 47%. What do you think Charlotte is? Charlotte is 37%. Now, I am elected to represent the needs of all citizens, and that I do day in and day out. That being said, we have to recognize that when you have a large minority group, that you have to understand voting patterns. And when people are trying to change something as it relates to how we vote, it's intentional. It's intentional, not on purpose, not by happenstance, not something they just happen to run into. It is on purpose. And that's what I'm here to address. That's what I'll be addressing tomorrow at the press conference at 4 p.m. So let's just break this down a little bit. What is the impact, right? What is the impact? Why are you making a big deal about it? Well, the first thing is a significant turnout decline. And the research says that minority groups, we don't, if it's not, the president or, the midterms, we kind of out process. And if you can look at the number of votes that are cast in the Marion City election, and you can compare that and you can see for yourself compared to the city of Mullins elections, right? So just think about it yourself. Right now, we're all gearing up for a November election. There is a primary that's going to be happening in just a couple months. And then we're going to be gearing up for the November election. So because of that, it's a lot of attention on voting. So people know they have to vote. So when you're voting for your congressman, your senator, you know, your school board superintendent, you're voting for all these things. Let's go ahead and vote for mayor and council. That's just how it works, right? But in April of odd number of years, one, you have to foot the bill. The city you have to foot the bill for, doing all of the work, the elections. And two, people just aren't, they're out processed, right? That's just how it works. That's just human nature. I really, that part is not, in my opinion, minority focused. That's everybody. It's just common sense, right? So reduce minority influence. Let me read something to you on that. So it is clear, low turnout. So off-year municipal elections appear to draw disproportionately small numbers of voters from minority groups, which can skew the makeup of the electorate. Low turnout among voters of color, low income individuals, and young people, right? So it's not, when we talk about minorities, it's also young people. And I tell young people, you all have the most to gain, but they're busy living their lives. And I understand. They're busy living their lives to tune in. But guess what? You want to bring jobs to our city? You want to make sure that when your children get out of school, that they can stay here. They don't have to go to another state in order to be able to eat, in order to be able to survive. We can do it here. There's no reason why we can't. There's no reason why we can't bring living wage jobs to our city. There's no reason why we can't fix our houses in our city. We qualify. I keep saying that. We qualify. We can do it. We have to work together, right? So first thing was significant turnout. Second thing is reduce minority influence. The third thing is, and this is the one I think that scares me the most, folks, is the advantage of organized interest groups, right? So we know right now, the city of Mullins, things are still on the cost of living relatively cheap, right? In Mullins. Real estate is still a good deal. We got a lot of real estate that's up for sale. We have flippers in town, right? We need housing for folks that live here, quality housing. We need workforce housing, right? So all of these things are an issue. Now, if You move your elections from when everybody's paying attention to when everybody is not really paying attention, then a special interest group like a developer could come in, buy votes, influence people, and change the makeup of city council so that they can get their way. That's dangerous, folks. That's dangerous. So now I'm not on this live to debate the issue because there's more I'm gonna tell you about tomorrow. There's more I'm gonna tell you about tomorrow about kind of what happened. Right? My issue is that this conversation should not be happening without transparency. The plan was just to go and tell the election commission to change it because of an ordinance that's been out there for 20 was 2024 2000 not 2024 2004. This is 2026. 22 years. Don't involve the voters. Let's not talk about it at the city council meeting. Let's table it. You just go and make a change. So what did I do? Well, I objected to it. And so did Terry Davis. We objected to not having this conversation in public. It was clear to me that all the information that was needed was had, including the voters. You don't want to do that. So I made it clear in email that if a move was made to go to the election commission office to change the date of our elections without a vote, without notifying the citizens of Mullins, that I would object, that I would send letters, that I would send statements, that I was not going to just take it. So they did, and I did. Yes, I did. I sent letters. I sent a lot of letters. I sent the letters to the election commission. I sent the letter to state and local. Yes, I did. And something else came to my attention. Other things came to my attention, which I will tell you guys about tomorrow at the press conference. So that's what I did. And I'm proud of it because I wake up every day to serve the citizens of Mullins with transparency, with dignity, with pride. And when they do you dirty, they do all of us dirty. So I said something and I did something, and I'm not done. Now, so what happened? Why the meetings? Why the press conference? I was planning on having a press conference anyway, y'all. I was going to do the press conference after the ceremony of Jesse Jackson, but because I will be there on Monday all day honoring his life. And what better time? Oh my goodness. Reverend Jesse Jackson, I can't believe I'm having this conversation at the same time I'm talking about honoring you at a ceremony, your life. But I am. So I was going to put it off. However, today I got notice I checked my email about 10:30. It went out at 9:30 that city council was going to have a meeting tomorrow. And the only thing on the agenda is to, I don't have it. I'm gonna have to paraphrase. I don't want to paraphrase though. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what it said. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it said. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. Almost there. Oh man, I want you to. I have it. I have it. Bear with me, guys. I have it. Oh, here it is. So tomorrow's meeting, there's a meeting that was created, and it says discussion of conduct of Mayor Pickett. So remember, whenever more than more than three of us are together, four is considered a quorum, right? So tomorrow they call it a special day, meaning five members of city council. So everybody except for Terry Davis. She wasn't even aware that this was going to be a topic. No one reached out to her. But they have this meeting tomorrow at 10:30, a discussion of the conduct of Mayor Miko Pickett. Now, I would love to be there and state my case because you're talking about me. So there's a whole lot of information. I have tapes, right? I didn't do anything offhanded intentionally. Did I make a mistake? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't even know what they're going to be talking about. But what I did let everybody know is that I could not make it at 10:30 because I have a prior commitment. Despite that knowledge, City Council decided that they're going to proceed with the meeting at 10:30, knowing full well that I cannot make it. That's a right. They have a right. And also, I couldn't modify the agenda to maybe have somebody come and speak as a comment because it was done 24 hours is up. But you can go. I need you to go. I need you to go once. You can tell me what happened. I don't know. I won't know because I have to be at another meeting that is very, very important and I cannot miss it. I offered that I was available after 1 o'clock. That was not accepted. So I asked if you can send somebody from your family, send somebody from your block, go to the meeting. Go to the meeting. Just like I always say, use your V's, right? Be visible in your community, use your voice, and most importantly, vote. But if you can go to tomorrow's city council meeting, that's at 10:30 in the morning. You can't speak, but you could be a witness and y'all could tell me what happened. Because they're talking about me and I can't be there and they know I can't be there. And then the last meeting I want to tell you guys about is I'm having a press conference tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Mount Carmel Baptist Church. Now, the way that works is I invited the press. The statement that I read to you at the beginning, I also emailed to them. I don't know if they'll show up. I don't know. This issue is very important to me. I don't know if it's very important to the press enough to cover, but I did invite the press to come. And hopefully I will have some local press there. If nothing else, we definitely will be live. But it is important that citizens of Mullins, people that love Mullins, people that have a business in Mullins, that you come out, that you hear. I'm gonna have some people that are gonna talk to us about elections and what changing dates means. And again, I am not saying we need to break the law. I'm saying that we need to abide by the law. The citizens, you have the choice. If you want to continue to vote in November, we can we can create an ordinance to change it to November. But you gotta have city council to vote for it. Right? There's things that could be done. In my opinion, what should not be done is just changing it. Just telling somebody, just directing somebody to change it and tell them to do it. Something that was set in place over 22 years ago. No, sir. No, sir. Not without some challenges from Miko Pickett. So what can you do? And I'm at the end, y'all. I thank you so much for tuning in. I really do. I didn't realize I was going to talk for 25 minutes, but it's just this right here, this right here, it is happening all over our nation. And if you think, if you're in city council in another city, or if you're in mayor in another city, and you think that this kind of stuff can't be weaponized against your community, I'm telling you, you're wrong. It can. It can. Because it's not targeting me, it's targeting the citizens. The citizens are prepared to vote in November, just like we've always voted. And there's some issues with city council deciding to extend their term in office, which I'll talk about that tomorrow. But for today, I'm asking you guys, I thank you so much for tuning in. I'm asking you guys to rest easy. Let me see what kind of comments I have. Hold on. I'm asking you guys to rest easy. Hey Cynthia, it's good to see you, or see you online. You know how that goes. Mayor Hopkins, good afternoon. And Levon, you're back from vacation. Yes, she says, rose-colored eyes have been opened. I hope so. Citizens, I hope so. I cannot do this alone. I need you. I need you. We need to protect our elections. We need to protect our right to vote. And we need to protect our right to make decisions in our community. No one person can unilaterally decide when we vote, when we don't vote, and tell people what to do. That's not how it works. Okay. Um, why would anything change? Keyword Thomas Cook. Oh, I would love to know a little bit more what you mean by that. Thomas Cook says, why would anything change? Keyword citizens. We can change it. I'm trying to tell you. The first month that I was elected, I presented a proposal to city council to build workforce housing. It was going to be 200 housing units. It was going to cost the city $0. The rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom was going to be $600. We would have already been breaking ground by now. We have a city council that we can all work together for the good of the city. It could change, but it starts with the citizens, right? So I'm not sure, Thomas, if that was positive or negative. Brandon, thank you so much for your support. I see you out there. Yeah, I hear you, Brandon. 45%. He guessed Atlanta right. So I'm just looking through the comments before I get off. Brenda, thank you for watching. Michael Gobble, Big Mike, thank you so much. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you, Miss White. Thank you. I'm gonna let the last comment. Michael Gobble, he says, stay strong. I'm strong because of you, citizens. I'm strong because of you. I wake up every day and I do the people's work, and that's it. I will, and there's so much we can do. We can do it. We can bring jobs. We're on the cusp of it, but we must work together. Why? Because we're stronger together. And if there's people that don't want to work with us, well, then citizens, you know what you need to do. But right now, we got to protect our right to vote. We have to protect our right to vote free and fair. We have to stop people behind the scenes meddling. And they all are. And I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, Bo Diddley. Thank you guys so much. I thank you so much. I know everybody listening is not a supporter of Mayor Miko Pickett. I don't need you to be a supporter of Mayor Miko Pickett. I need you to be a supporter of free and fair elections, of transparency in government. Of if you're going to present something to the citizens, present them to the citizens and let them hear it. If you're going to vote on something, vote on it. And if I'm wrong, I tried. How about that, y'all? All right. Have a good night. Hopefully, I will see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the press conference at Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church. Bye-bye.